Hey everybody! Welcome back. Yeah. I've kind of been owing you guys a video of this at least, because I've had it for a while, and yeah, I just haven't actually done this commentary yet. So yeah, this is Gundam Unicorn for the PS3. So I'm gonna do the third set of missions in Unicorn mode. You can see my various characters here. Using a lot of the DLC content, like, well, I won't actually be using the Delta Gundam, but it's in here. And the Kshatriya has a rifle from the DLC, from some of the free DLC that was available. But yeah, this is just basic gameplay of Gundam Unicorn. I left the intro sequence in here. That probably wasn't necessary. I took the ending sequence out because, well, there wasn't really much of a point. And it was also getting too close to the limit for me. So, overall, I pretty much finished the game, or as much of it as I feel like I really need to for now. I still keep up with all the DLC that comes out on a week-by-week basis, but I've got all the missions completed. I've got S ranks for all the custom cast routes. I have a fully upgraded Unicorn and Beam Magnum, so Banagher is freaking overpowered as all hell. And, yeah, the CPU does okay when it needs to, or does an okay job. But, you might actually notice, I'm not sure about this, but you might notice an improvement in quality over my previous videos, just in the video itself. I would hope so. Because, yeah, I now actually have the ability to record in 720p with an HD PVR. So, yeah, I'll actually get better video for my PS3 games. Which, yeah, I'll get back to Gundam 0081 as soon as I can, but I've got other stuff I've had to do for a while, so... And that one is really the biggest project I have going. So, the basic mission for this first part is I need to take out the ships. Specifically the Clock class ships. You have to take out 7 of them to end the stage early, and you have to take out 4 of them just to be able to finish the stage at all. And you're on a relatively limited time frame, but it's not really too bad once you've got the ability to two-shot any of them. That's one of the things that actually does kind of annoy me about the game there. When you get hit with certain attacks, it will turn you towards the attacker unless you're locked onto the target. But, it's nothing you can't recover from most of the time. So anyone wondering kind of how the game plays, it's basically Another Century's Episode 3.5. It is the Another Century's Episode game system, but with a more advanced and complex melee combat system, better boosting mechanics at points, and it's a lot more... It's a little closer to Armored Core in the idea that the resources of your mech are really the thing you're watching for most of the fight. Your fuel does not automatically regenerate. Your ammunition does not automatically regenerate. And in the case of the Unicorn, you'll see later on, the NTD mode does not regenerate at all during a mission. There's no way to get it back during a mission. There's a few other units that have things like that, that have other abilities like that, too. But, yeah, for the most part, it's a pretty fun game, so far. Well, I say so far, but I pretty much finished it. If you want a real translation of the story, just watch the first 3 episodes of the OVA. because that's really all the story is. But this is an entirely original thing that has really no significant story to speak of. You just put together a bunch of pilots in suits, and you go and do these missions. And sometimes you get attacked by fake Shara's novel. So yeah, my biggest complaint about the game as a whole is that melee, while being absolutely vital and being an improvement in design, really feels like it's not strong enough for the effort that you put into using it. Here's the NTD mode. The main value of this for ranged combat is your beam magnum fires at the start of the firing cycle instead of the end of the firing cycle. The beam magnum actually has the same recharge time regardless of whether you use the NTD mode or not, because the beam magnum can be equipped on other mobile suits too. It affects when the shot is fired as part of the cycle. If you're in NTD mode, you fire the shot and then you have to wait for the next one. If you're in normal mode, you basically charge the shot before you fire it. You'll see that earlier here, and you can also see that right there. Yeah. And that's mission completed, special objective completed, so we'll be going on to the upper route here. Man, the volume here is kind of loud to me, but I just need to turn my speakers down, I guess. Anyway, those 3 bars under the suits are health, that's the blue AP bar, green is the fuel bar, and then the 3rd bar is ammunition. And the various crew members you have on your ship regenerate a certain amount of it for you at the end of different missions. And you can always kind of swap units around, too. So here I'm switching the Kshatriya for the Starkjagen, because I want the Kshatriya's, I want the Kshatriya fully recharged for the last part of the mission. I don't know if you'll actually notice it in here, because I don't know if I actually do it, but the beam magnum can also blow up the asteroids, just like in the actual series. So, for the most part here, it's just me fighting Marida in a unicorn. That's kind of an interesting preview of Episode 5, isn't it, guys? And since I have a time limit on this special mission, I just go ahead and go all out right from the beginning. It's also worth noting that while enemy unicorns can use NTD mode as well, they don't get that nifty cutscene that makes you invulnerable while transforming. So you can still attack while they're transforming, as you just saw there. Well, that one was finished pretty quick. Alright, on to the last mission. With everybody at completely full bars. My tongue is not agreeing with me today. And, yeah, so basically this is a protection mission. And we're protecting the Kshatriya piloted by Marida. You know, the person we just shot down a minute ago. Okay. And I think maybe I'll use the Sinanju here, but I decided to just stick with the Unicorn. It's just a relatively quick video, just showcasing the game's missions. I probably won't do any more of these videos for any time in the near future, unless a really cool DLC thing comes out or something. Right now I'm kind of in the middle of Mass Effect, and about, 3 other things, with Armored Core 5, Mass Effect, Star Ocean 3, I'm going back and playing that, Sinnoh Saga, I still have to go back through again. And that's just games. That's not counting the things I'm doing that aren't games, like making videos. Which I have not been doing a good job with recently, but whatever. It's a hobby. I don't make my money that way. And this mission is actually pretty easy, despite being the S rank. I actually think the A rank for this set of missions is harder. So, yeah. You'll see later some of the bosses they throw in the air. Nobody really annoying shows up for this one. The worst enemies that show up in the early stages are the Rezels, because they like to run away. And when you're trying to shoot down people, if you're not going to use ranged attacks, or if you have a lot of enemies to take out and you want to save ammo, enemies that run away are a real problem. It's also worth noting any kind of special melee stuff you see me doing is technically you can intentionally command it. Including sword crosses. You can actually start a sword cross in this game because it works differently. Basically, you have 3 defensive options against most attacks, and that's basically for melee attacks. And that's guard, parry, and sword cross. I don't know what sword cross is actually called in the game, but whatever. Actually, no, it's counter parry and sword cross. You actually have the ability to, if you put up the shield at the right time, you'll knock the enemy back from the attack. If you hold the shield in defense position and then you hit the melee button, you'll actually see the character pull out their melee weapon and hold it there for a second. If the enemy attacks you during that time, you counter-attack for a pretty good amount of damage, too. But the main way you're going to end up in, well, doing some really good damage in melee is by dodging around and hitting people, and by using sword crosses. I think I get one in here somewhere. But there I just destroy the unicorn. Like, utterly annihilate it. It's ridiculous. I do believe the unicorn is actually faster in NTD mode, but I can't be 100% sure. Actually, visually gauging speed in this game is kind of hard, from my experience. Or I just suck at it, that's possible too. I haven't had any problems with it though. And yes, I should note, I am playing this on easy mode. I didn't want to have to do this video 20 times to get a decent footage. Hard mode is just wow. It's incredibly hard. So, like, if you know, what you're seeing here seems easy. It is easy. Hard mode is not even in the same field as this. So, yeah, it's beam spamming and like just a crazy amount of damage the enemies can do to you. They're not necessarily any better in combat either. It's just the way that the game works. They just increase the damage you take and spam shots at you. But you take more hits, so the hits that you learn to take on the lower difficulty settings end up punishing you in this mode. So, yeah. That's pretty much the game. Fly around, smack things with your beam saber, and shoot them with your gun. I can go into more nuances with different ranged weapons or whatnot, but honestly... Oh, here's this. Yeah. Sword crosses occur when you both swing at each other at the same time with your melee attack. So... Well, that's it for this, and I will be posting another video of something else soon, I hope. See ya!